Seltos South Africa in part association with Change Cars. Change Cars is a trusted online website.
Welcome back to Seltos South Africa. I'm Nicky Nash as always, and today we have the last vehicle that we spent our festive period in, and this time around I have the Kia Seltos for you. This is the EX. This is the diesel variant, so this is the one to have. So the car comes in a 1.6 petrol, and then you can also get the one that I'm in, or we've been spending some time in, is the 1.5 diesel. And why I say diesel, you guys know when I say diesel, it means it has good fuel efficiency, and this is what this car has. But you know how we do it this side. We're going to speak about the exterior look of the vehicle, interior look of the vehicle, and then I'm going to tell you about the overall drive of the vehicle, things I experienced that I didn't like about the vehicle over the weeks I've had it. Then we wrap up the review. So firstly, I'm wearing a black t-shirt. The car is black. I had to represent in that regard. Now, looking at the exterior look of the vehicle, I personally like the look of the car. I'm not really, it looks good. I don't mind it. The rear look of the car is fine. I don't like the GT line, if that makes sense. So the GT line is a top specification of this one. I don't like that one because I feel like there's too much going on. And when I say there's too much going on, I mean in terms of there's a bit of red accents on the GT line. Unfortunately, I don't have videos of that, but if you go online and just search a GT line, you'll see that it has a bit of red finishes here and there on the exterior look of the vehicle. And for me, I'm not really a fan of that because I feel like they're trying too much. They're trying to make it look a bit sporty, and this is not a vehicle that needs to look sporty. So the one I'm in, the EX, is decent enough. I like the look of the vehicle in the exterior. I don't have a problem with it. The black color looks good. We don't really see black, so this was the second black color we had over the festive period. I like the look of the vehicle on the exterior of the car. Now jumping into the interior, that's where you get surprised as well, because this has not been the top specification. You get these lovely seats. These are, out of all the cars I've had in a while, these are some beautiful seats and some good feeling seats. It's good. I like also when you're in the interior, you get a decent ride height, so overview of the road. So this is a small compact SUV. It doesn't feel like an SUV, but you do feel high up. That's the nice thing about the vehicle. It doesn't feel like an SUV, but you do feel that you're raised up, if that makes sense. So in the interior, this being obviously the EX, there's some things that cars nowadays have that this doesn't have. So mind you, this car was launched in 2020, so obviously those cars kind of out of date when it comes to the interior, and you do see it. You don't get those big screens that you're finding in cars nowadays, but you get this touchscreen infotainment system which has wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay, which is good. Moving on to the instrument cluster, this is the first time in a while where I don't say you get a digital instrument cluster. No, you get an analog instrument cluster. I think in the GT line, I stand to be corrected, you do get a digital instrument cluster, but on this one you get dials. I don't mind it. For the car, it's fine. I'm not looking for any fancy in this vehicle. If I was looking for fancy, go buy a Sportage or something, you know. But in this one, it's fine. It works. It gets the job done. I do like that. I like the feeling of the steering wheel as well. So if there's something that Kia does well, is the steering wheel feel, and not just in like a Seltos or Sportage. Even something that I tested in 2021. I'll put the link in the description box below, or the pop-up banner right there now, is the Kia Sonet. That car is smaller than this, but the steering wheel is something that I commended in terms of the interior. But that's with regards to the interior. Decent leg room, decent boot space. I'm only gripe with the specific one that you don't get the black roof lining, but obviously as you go higher up in the specification range, you get the black roof lining. Now the important part, the drive of the vehicle. So this car drives smoothly. The only thing you will hear that maybe may bother you, maybe it may not bother you, is honestly how loud the engine of the car is, the diesel engine. But other than that, the car drives fine. It's well insulated, except for that part where you will be hearing the engine. But in terms of the road noise and all that, Kia does so well into mitigating that, so that you don't hear it when you're driving when you're driving in the vehicle. And then the suspension feel of the car is fine. It's not too weighted. It's not too bouncy as well. It's not too firm. It gets the job done. It feels smooth more than anything. I think for me to not say big words that will complicate you, it feels smooth. It drives well. So you get a 6-speed automatic gearbox. So this car produces 86 kilowatts and 250 newton meters of torque. It's a bit low, but for what the car is, it's decent enough. So the only thing that when you're driving the vehicle that I actually experienced that I'm not really a fan of is that when you do have the car, and let's say you're doing a trip or something, or you just want to overtake quickly, see, it takes time to go into the right gear, and when it's in the right gear, it doesn't give you that what you initially thought the power. It's not that power. It doesn't give you that feel of push of let's overtake now. You will overtake, but not now, so it's something that you need to get used to. So you own the vehicle, obviously. Like I say, you need to time your car, you need to know your car. So for example, if you know you're going to be overtaking 2 trucks, for example, put the car in its peak range, make sure that it's ready to overtake those 2 cars, because those 2 trucks, because if you put your foot down, it won't go as quick as one would think it is. But on a day-to-day driving, this vehicle gets the job done. The fuel efficiency is one thing that I need to commend, and when I speak about the fuel efficiency, is because that's its strong point and a selling point as to why you should get the diesel. The fuel efficiency of this vehicle is claimed at 5.7. We've been averaging, myself, Vaughan, as a switch off team, we've been averaging 5.8. We did see it go lower to around 5.3, but overall, out of all the trips we've done, so this car has done 1,600 Ks. We've done 5.8 overall trip, but right now today as I'm driving, I've been averaging 5.6. So that's the nice thing about the vehicle. So speaking about the amount of kilometers we've done, I'm going to tell you about the cost of ownership of the vehicle in terms of how much it costs, and then I'm going to factor the fuel into it, and then we wrap up the review. But before that, let me tell you something that I don't like about the vehicle. So I mentioned the overtaking of the car in terms of the power. The second thing is the fact that with the lights, it's 2 things actually with the lights. The first thing with the lights is that you get halogen lights in this one. Because I'm paying over 500,000 rand for this vehicle, at least give me LED headlamps. It's something that Kia needs to integrate. I don't like that. Give me LED headlamps. That's the second thing. And within those halogen headlamps that this car has, because they are like looking up, if that makes sense, you can't, in some vehicles you can adjust the lights to face down, face up and all that. In this car you cannot do that. The switch is not there. I stand to be corrected. Maybe you do it elsewhere, but you do not do it here. And it's something that has bothered me so much in this vehicle, that when you're driving, a lot of people think you're brighten them because, for one, you get the LED daytime running lights on top, but you don't get LED headlamps. So you get the LED daytime running lights, underneath you get the halogens, then underneath the halogens you get the fogs. So when a car's coming to you, you're seeing 3 lights, you'll think this car's driving on bright. So it's something that I don't like. At least if I could adjust the headlamps to face down, it would make sense, it would be much proper. So now moving on to the cost of ownership of the vehicle. So this car, this specific one, is priced right now, is priced at 513,900 rand. If you take that amount and finance it over a period of 5 years, which is 60 months, at an interest rate of 12.25% with no deposit, you're looking at paying 11,163 rand. I'll leave that to you guys, what you guys think about that. So the fuel of this car uses a 50-liter tank. If you, at the current fuel price, a full tank of this vehicle costs 1,036 rand. So we've used 1,300 on top of that 1,036 rand. So our overall fuel for the 1,600 Ks has been 2.3. So if you're someone that's gonna do 1,600 Ks in a month, which I doubt you really do it. We were doing it because it's December, but normally you do like around 1,000 Ks, and that will be kind of enough for one tank. But let's just do it the way we did it. So you take that 11,100 rand for the cost of the car plus the 2.3. If you're gonna do 1,600 Ks, that brings your total cost of ownership for this vehicle to 13,000. How much? 400 rand. But if you're going to use one full tank, which I feel like a lot of people are going to use just that one full tank for this vehicle, you're looking at paying 12,100 rand for this vehicle on a full total cost of ownership. So I gave you 2 scenarios there. You guys need to decide what type of owner are you when you have this car. But I've covered a lot about this car. If you feel like there's something I didn't cover that you'd like to know about the vehicle that I did not cover, please comment down below, and I'll make sure to reply to your questions and everything in the comment down below. The price of the vehicle and all of that, we'll leave that to you guys. But I'm making it from South Africa. This year is going to be a big year. It's January already and I've released 4 videos. Imagine. But I'll see you guys on the next video. I know what it is, you don't know what it is, but stay tuned to the channel. That's the beauty of the channel. You never know what it is. You never know where the next upload is, but it may be after this one or a day after or the same time. But I'll see you on the next one. But from me, I'm signing out. See you.